Brooklyn Independent Television.
We're here at Boys and Girls High School off of Fulton Street, and joining me is first-year head coach of Boys and Girls Football Squad, Clive Harding. Coach, you were an assistant coach for several years now. You are the head man in charge. How does it feel?
Feels good, feels good. But like I said, I've had no time to enjoy the moment because as soon as I got the job, it was a couple of days before the season started. But I'm prepared to do the job. I've been an assistant for 15 years. I was at a Sheepshead Bay for 11 years, and I got most of my coaching experience over there. I learned from Fred Snyder to be an assistant coach. He always called me his assistant head coach, so I'm very prepared to do the job.
And as far as head coach, there's a lot of administrative stuff and stuff you have to handle off the
yeah.
field and on the field.
Yeah, a lot of stuff you have to handle off the field, but I think the biggest thing about being a head coach is you have total responsibility if something happens, and I think that's the biggest difference. But as far as paperwork and administrative stuff, that's second nature to me.
As a head coach in your first year, what will you bring? What is your philosophy as a head coach?
Well, my philosophy as a head coach is, I want my kids to play hard, study hard, work hard, and I think good things will happen if you do those three things.
Now, you're also, as far as this year, last year your team went 5-4.
Yes.
This year also, so far, you defeated Curtis,
yes.
lost to Erasmus, and also lost to the Fort Hamilton Tigers.
Yes. We started out very good. We had a great game against Curtis. Kids came out ready to play. And I think as, young teams do, they took that first game and then they went into the second game and they kind of threw their hats on the field thinking that they were going to win. And didn't turn out good for us. And then, we faced the city champions for the third game. We played a very good game. I think we had about 3 or 4 mistakes that cost us a game. We were in the game for most of the game. But I think we're still in a good position.
How many players you had coming back this year also?
Oh, wow. We had, I'm going to say we had 11 sophomores that were on varsity last year. Most of them are starters now. So we had about maybe 15 kids that were coming back from last year's team.
Defensively, where's your team?
Defensively, I think we're very good defensively. We have our defensive line, where we have Donald Reed anchoring our defensive line. He's a 3-year starter for us at defensive tackle and offensive tackle. Mustafa Davis, who's our starting guard on offense, and he's a 3-year starter, 4-year player in our program. So I think we're pretty solid on offensive and defensive line.
Coach, last year, offensive linemen, I've never seen offensive linemen so big before in high school football here in New York City. Other than Lincoln, Campus Magnet, and yourself.
Yes, we were very big last year. Now that I think about it, because we played all those teams, and some of those teams were bigger than us, and we were very big ourselves. But that doesn't mean you're going to win city championship because you have big kids. If you got big kids that can move, you probably stand a better chance. But we were pretty big, and you're right, around the city with some very huge teams.
As far as the offensive line, how do you guys look this year? Also in the backfield?
Yeah, well, I think our offensive line is very good. We have a mixture of, like I said, Donald Reed and Mustafa Davis, who are 2 seniors anchoring the line, and everybody else are newcomers on the offensive line, but they're very big kids and very strong kids on the offensive line.
Special teams?
Special teams, we're very good. We got Kadeem Campbell, who's our returning running back from last year, who's carrying the load for us this year. He averages about 13, 14 touches a game, and that's the guy we expect to do big things.
Okay. Now, we're at the end of September, so as we come down the stretch, October is a whole new season,
yes.
And then we go into the playoffs. How do you guys look for the month of October?
I tell you, even though we're 1-2, we're very optimistic here. We know that we're going to make the playoffs, and we know we're going to be tough in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any particular team you're looking forward to playing?
No, I'm not gonna say that. We're going to take our schedule. We're going to take everything one day at a time, one game at a time, and that's how we're going to do it. And we're going to take everybody seriously.
What is your philosophy as a coach also?
Well, my philosophy is you want to work hard in practice, and if you can do that on a daily basis, you're going to win most of your games. You got to work hard in practice.
And as far as you have several home games, you're playing old boys and girls field.
Yes, we do. And our first 4 games were at home, but the thing about that, even though we're at home, the toughest part of our schedule is our first 4 games. Not to exclude anybody, but the toughest part of the schedule is the first 4 games, and hopefully we can go 2-2.
All right, Coach. Well, you know what? We're going to wish you well. Playoffs will be right around the corner, and we'll be hopefully seeing you during the playoffs.
Thank you.
Deep into it.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you.
Cool.
Download this program's podcast on iTunes. Keywords Brooklyn Independent Television.